Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be essentially predicting how I want the units to be, or what I want the units to be and how I want the units to go in the 350 mil worldwide download celebration. So we're going to start off with Dokkan Fest side unit for Goku's banner, Dokkan Fest side unit for Frieza's banner, then part 2 LR. I'm not going to go into major detail about how I want their passive to work. I'm going to talk about what super attacks I would like to see animated or what they could use, if they have an active skill or not, and potentially briefly touch over what they can do, and just essentially, as I said, what units I want to see as the Dokkan Fest side banner units, and also the part 2 LR. Do let me know what you want to see in this celebration, what units you want to be, and how you want them to work. And let me know what you think about mine down in the comments. But if you could drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new, all your support is very much appreciated. And kicking off with this video, of course, we've got a Super Saiyan Goku. I don't think they'll do, like, it does make sense, but I don't think they'll do another transforming base Namek Goku, because the other one still kind of holds up. Yes, he's aged quite a bit, but he still holds up. You know, he still works really well in LGE. Also, the animations are still quite up to date for Dokkan Standard. Also, that unit covers a lot of key parts that you would want on a Super Saiyan Namek Goku. You know, he does Spirit Bomb in base, has the transformation into Super Saiyan, like the famous, you know, Rage transformation. He also has a Rage mode. He also does Kamehameha. He does the Meteor combination. But there's still some things left over we can have. So as I said, we'll start off with Super Saiyan Goku, and then I think he can have an active, which is where he will change. He'll still be Super Saiyan, but it'll be deeper in the fight where he doesn't have his gi on anymore. He just topless. And you could either do the active one of two ways. You could potentially do, I reckon, an active that is essentially where he says, "Are you talking about Krillin?" or "Don't talk about Krillin," which is kind of where he gets angry. You know, and then maybe give him a temporarily raise his attack or something. You know, give him ki plus 6 or 7 as well added on. And then the other one I was thinking is potentially maybe one of his actives could be the "You Fool," you know, just after he's given Frieza some of his energy, and then he just "You Fool," bang, beam, and you know, maybe that could be one, but I'm leaning more towards the, you know, the attack boost. You know, are you talking about Krillin one instead? And then for super attacks, I mean, there's quite a few things they've already animated with the strength, you know, transforming Goku. So we could easily just see a Kamehameha, easily. We could also see that, I don't know what you want to call the move, but you know where he bounces off the rock and he does that little spin kick? That could easily be one of his moves. Like, I just think that's quite cool. You know, they could fully animate and reanimate the Meteor combination. And, you know, Dokkan does take liberties and pull from other Dragon Ball medias, you know, combining some attacks to make a whole super attack. So we could see a Meteor combination when he's Super Saiyan into a Kamehameha maybe. I wouldn't mind that at all either. And then I would love to see a fully animated, properly animated 18 key angry Kamehameha, where the Kamehameha is yellow and he uses one hand. Like, easily 100% angry Kamehameha is the 18 key. 100%. In terms of what they do on super attack, I don't know, maybe one of them might raise attack and defense. As I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail of those type of, you know, parts of their kit and, you know, what I want their passives to do. But, you know, maybe something like raise attack, you know, for 1 turn, 3 turns, maybe raise attack and defense might be quite nice. But those are his super attacks that I would like them to use or potentially use or touch on. In terms of the next unit though, on Goku's banner, I reckon we could see a Kid Gohan. A Kid Gohan. Now, in terms of how they do the Kid Gohan, there's 2 ways they could do it, and I don't mind how they do it. Anyway, you've got the Saiyan armor one, which we see him for quite a big portion of Namek Saga. You know, super attack could easily be Masenko, or you have the, you know, don't hurt my dad, you know, the headbutt. Maybe that could be chucked in there, but probably a Masenko. Or I wouldn't even mind if they, you know, we already have one of these, but we don't have a transforming version. Which is, we could see a potential unlocked transforming Kid Gohan. So we already have a free-to-play potential kind of unlocked Kid Gohan from Namek. But they could easily do a transforming one. You know, you have a normal Kid Gohan, and then, you know, maybe he has a transformation or an active where he gets the potential unlocked, and then, you know, go from there. I wouldn't mind if they didn't do that, or if they just had a normal Kid Gohan, or if they decided to do one with the potential unlocked kind of active or transformation. I wouldn't mind either or, to be honest. But yeah, super attacks could easily be like the headbutt or the or quite easily the Masenko. Now moving on to the other Dokkan Fest banner. Obviously Frieza. Obviously he has to be Frieza, but I want it to be a final form Frieza, and I want him to transform into full power Frieza, which I think a lot of people would be happy with, because we don't actually have one. We have final form Frieza units. We have full power standalone Frieza units. But currently in 2021 of Dokkan, we don't have a final form Frieza that transforms into full power Frieza. So that's what I want this to be. In terms of super attacks in his final form, I mean, there's a lot to go off from Namek. You know, you've got Death Beam, you've got Death Ball, you've got, I think it's called Death Barrage, or Barrage Death Ball, where he just does kind of loads of them. You've even got the Eye Beam, you've got potentially Crazy Finger Beam, but I'm pretty sure he does that in the third form. I'm pretty sure he does that in, or Barrage Death Beam, essentially. You know, you could do those type of things. And then when he transforms, again, you can keep Death Beam, you can keep Death Ball, or 100% Death Ball it could be at this point. And then you could potentially include an active where he does, you'll die by my hand, or maybe I won't let you escape with your life, you know, where he tries to blow up the planet. And then in terms of like an 18 key, you could easily go with, you know, you could potentially keep Death Ball, you know, you can keep one of them. Or maybe we could go with Supernova, you know, have a 2021 animation of that. Like, I don't think the LR Strength standalone full power Frieza, you know, super attacks, I think the animations on those are decent, but I do think they could definitely be improved. But yeah, there's a lot you can kind of go with. You know, you've got Nova Strike, as I said, you'll die by my hand, I won't let you escape with my life. Maybe one of those two could be, as I said, an active skill for Frieza. And then, yeah, the super attacks could stay the same. Maybe one of them changed to the Home Indestructo disc. You also got 100% Death Cannon, or just Death Cannon in general. So yeah, there's a few things they could choose from, and you know, even reanimate a few of the things from the full power LR Frieza, the strength one that we got in 2019. As I said, you know, you've got Death Ball, Death Beam, the Home Indestructo disc, or Destructo disc in general, Supernova, and then maybe as I said, active skills could be, you know, you'll die by my hand, etc. One of those. I mean, that'd be quite cool. There's a lot of stuff they could work off for Frieza and use as super attacks and potentially an active skill, but I think either a selection of those I would be happy with, of the ones I've stated. But in terms of the side banner unit for Frieza's banner, I've gone with a Zarbon unit. I think that'd be quite cool. And then you've got Zarbon's transformation, which I think the actual name of it is like Devilish Transformation or something. I remember seeing it, like I checked yesterday. But you know, we could have a transforming Zarbon unit. You know, I don't actually remember the names of his moves, but luckily you only need one. You know, you've got the choice of like the beam he does. I don't actually know the name of it. Like that combination where he just mollywops Vegeta, or maybe combine that into the beam move. But yeah, transforming Zarbon I think would be kind of cool. Literally just a normal Zarbon unit that transforms, no active, nothing like that, just a transformation Zarbon or transforming Zarbon. I reckon that'd be quite cool. You know, I said one of the key parts is he absolutely mollywops Cheats before Cheats comes back to kill him. So yeah, I reckon a side unit Zarbon would be quite cool that transforms. In terms of the Part 2 LR, there is a tiny, just a little bit of a tiny sprinkle of bias for a Namek Cheats. But hear me out. Hear me out. I do think this makes sense. I really do. Who else in the Namek saga, apart from maybe Piccolo, who partially, very partially, held his own against Frieza, could be a contention for an LR? I don't see Ginyu. I don't see Raccoon. The two big boys who would have got LRs are going to get LRs in the Dokkan Fest, which is Goku and Frieza. So I think the only one left who could probably get an LR, especially with the amount of moves he does, and he has quite a few savage moments, is of course a Namek Saga Vegeta. Now, I just want to say this immediately. He doesn't have to have an active skill, but he could have one, and here's a slight suggestion for one. For an active skill, he could have the part, you know, where he stands there and he thinks he's gone Super Saiyan. Could be one of his actives. Then maybe he gets a temporary attack or attack and defense boost or something like that. He could be another active. If he doesn't have an active, I really don't mind. But you know, if they was to add one or include one, they could easily do that, where he thinks he's gone Super Saiyan but he actually hasn't. And then he gets like a temporary boost or something. But in terms of all the moves they could choose from, which is perfect because he needs 3 of them, you've got a lot of choices. You've got Gallic Gun, Big Bang Attack, you've got Big Bang Cannon, You've also got the likes of Big Bang Storm, which you use against Frieza. By the way, I am reading some of these off because I can't remember the names. You've also got the likes of, what else have we got here? I would love to see this. This is a must for me. I would love to see a 2021 Dokkan fully animated 30 fireworks on a Planet Namek Saga Jeets. 100%, give me that. I'm here for that. 30 fireworks, 100%. You've also got the likes of, what else have we got here? After 30 fireworks, you've also got the likes of Final Burst Cannon as well. There is also Final Crash, which he does against Raccoon. You've also got the double knees he does against Berta, which I would like to see, but I don't know how likely they would use that as an animation for a super. There's also Final Gallic Cannon. There is, which he actually does against Zarbon, which would actually fit the celebration, especially if Zarbon's a side banner unit. Giving Vegeta Final Gallic Cannon would make sense. But there is a lot of moves they could choose from that are purely just from Namek. There's also Genocide Breaker, which he actually kills Jace with, which again just makes sense. So there is a lot of things they can animate as super attacks for Jeets. I've just listed them all. I just hope if there is an LR Jeets, firstly for me, I would like a 2021 standard animation of Dokkan of 30 fireworks. The rest, I don't really mind. As long as 30 fireworks is in there. Again, I wouldn't mind him not having active skill, but if they did decide to give him one, definitely the part where he thinks he's gone Super Saiyan, I reckon is a good active, where he potentially gets like a temporary attack or attack and defense boost for maybe a few turns or something. But yeah, that's how I would like to see the banners go, and the side banner units, and then the part 2 LR. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and let me know what you would like to see for the units down in the comments. As I said, I don't want to go into too much detail of this is how their passive was going to work, this and this amount of numbers, this percent. Just a brief, vague, and potentially if they have an active transformation, etc. Yeah, let me know what you think of it down in the comments and what you would like to see for the celebration. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. And peace.